Yo, welcome back to the Bounce and Blitz podcast. Episode 7. It's your boy Dom, your boy T Samp, and your boy Vosky. We back again. Midnight. He DOA this week. He gonna be back with his shenanigans next week. But it's us tonight. It's the regular folks now. Ain't the crazy. We don't got the crazy man right now.
Yeah, we got him today.
But man, how y'all been, bro?
Life is good, man. Life is good.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Can't complain.
All right, man. We could start this off with we're gonna save deal or no deal for next week. We're gonna start off with the blind rankings. I mean, my bad, draft. We're gonna start off with the NBA draft all time. OKC Thunder. Gotta pick your starting 5. Bosky, you get the first pick. Who you going with?
I mean, it's already slam dunk. Kevin Durant, the best in OKC history.
Okay, that's fine. But are you gonna build that depth though? Who gonna have the best team?
Yes,
all right, go ahead.
Is my go?
Yeah.
Yes, you go.
Oh, I want Russell Westbrook for sure.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, I get back-to-back picks. So I'm gonna go with Ray Allen and give me Gary Payton.
Oh yeah, I forgot Ray Allen was there first.
Boy, I didn't think about that.
I forgot about Ray Allen. Ooh.
Yeah, give me Ray Allen, give me Gary Payton.
Oh, okay.
All right, Sab, it's your go. Who you gonna pair with Westbrook?
I guess I need another guard. Give me Sean Kemp.
Okay, got your power forward. Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
Who you gonna pair with KD? You got Kevin Durant. You got the help.
Yeah, KD.
Let's see. See, I'm gonna take. Let's see, James Harden.
That's a good one.
Who you getting, Sam?
I'm gonna go with the more recent. Give me Serge Ibaka.
Oh, y'all acting out of pocket. Still, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Man, I didn't think about no reason.
It's all time. I was sitting here looking.
I see a lot of guards here. They ain't
That's
what
cool.
a rebounding going at.
Hey, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, on the perimeter, there ain't nobody messing with us. I got the best three-point shooter. I got the best defender, and I got the best mid-range shooter with shit.
Y'all better make shots.
I ain't gonna pitch. Damn, do I want to go Chet?
Don't.
It's either him or because they don't got too many centers. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's what
two power forwards.
I got a power forward in mind. I'm gonna go Chet. I'm gonna go. Wait. Actually, I'm trying to think of their centers.
I know
I remember Perkins and
and Adams. Steven Adams.
And Steven Adams. Yeah, that was the other one I was thinking about.
Yeah, Perkins, Steven Adams. They had Sims Perkins back in the day, but he was like a.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Chet. It's recency here. I'm gonna take Chet, but I know what my power forward gonna be. It's old school.
Makes sense. I'll take Steven Adams.
Okay.
I'm gonna do.
You got Serge. You got KD.
Wait, I thought Terrence already got Ibaka.
Yeah, I took Serge.
Oh, he got a. Oh, you got the big man. Oh,
he already got Ibaka. That was gonna be who my power forward was.
You gonna be like in college, 5 guards.
You talking about me? You got these cards, man.
Well, I'm gonna take the old savvy, do it all man, Nick Collison.
Oh, not. Oh, you gonna be mad when I make my pick. That's all I'm gonna say. I got a power forward. Gonna be quiet though.
Shit. I'm struggling.
Yeah, Joe go.
I'm struggling to remember on this one.
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember them. What was that dude? His name started with an S. He was a good defender. He wasn't like a real good shooter, but he could defend the hell out of everybody.
Robeson or Cephalosha?
Yeah, Cephalosha. Sound like
Cephalosha. Give me Cephalosha.
All right, to finish off my lineup, man, give me Rashard Lewis.
He didn't play for them.
Yeah, he did. Him and Ray Allen. No, him and Ray Allen were on the Seattle Supersonics.
I do not remember that.
Duncan, huh?
Yeah, him. It was because it was Ray Allen. It was Rashard Lewis. It was Desmond Mason and Gary Payton.
On that
he sure did. Yeah, I think he did.
Because before Ray Allen got traded to Boston, him and Rashard Lewis were getting buckets. The problem was they couldn't play defense.
Yeah, couldn't play defense.
I
Okay.
ain't gonna lie. When I heard y'all took Harden and Westbrook, I'm like, oh, y'all just gonna leave Shea right here? SGA.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, man.
I,
I don't remember.
I already
much
know if
about
Midnight was here, that would have been Midnight first pick. Midnight would have looked at us. I ain't gonna pick Shea. My Kentucky brother, welcome to the team. I can see him saying,
Hey, that's MVP.
oh,
this
we're
year,
gonna let
man.
y'all rank us on how we did. I think, for their first time, they made a small mistake. They forgot about the current day. They did good with old school though. But my team gonna kill them on the perimeter, So Shea, Rashad
My
Lewis, Ray
team,
You
Allen.
we win
better hope
about
they don't
40
go
games.
cold. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta
they
say.
hope they don't go
And
cold.
they don't got no big man that can kill. They don't got no Shaq. Chet don't got to get bullied though. So, but you know what? We passed the blind rank. Let's go to the next segment. Let's go and talk about NFL. So we in the off season. We actually at the combine today, actually,
Yep.
and we got to do a little off season outlook. Let's talk about the teams in the NFC West. I got a hot take on one. I'm gonna start it off. I think the Rams' plan is to trade Matthew Stafford and sign Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold came from that system
I agree.
in Minnesota. He's only probably going to want 40 to 45 million. And this is if Matthew Stafford's won too much. Too much. If Matthew Stafford's won 55 to 60.
And you
Well, he said he
going
want 50 at least.
No, I'm going to give Sam Darnold the Geno Smith. I'm going to give him that 1 year guaranteed. The rest incentive. The rest incentive.
I mean, right now, don't Gino got the 30 million, the 30 million contract?
Yeah, no, Geno got
Like that.
33. Basically, Geno's first year contract was fully guaranteed. The rest of the two, they can cut him anytime. And I would do the same thing with Sam Darnold. I would give him 45 for that first year. After that, I can cut you.
Man, that's a lot of money for a team.
I think in their mind, they're thinking
I mean,
Matthew
I think that's
Stafford.
good, though.
I think that they're adopting the Patriot mentality. I'd rather be too early letting you go than too late.
Right.
Fair
And
enough,
I think
fair
Matthew Stafford got less years ahead of him than Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold has proved if he has a number one receiver,
Yeah, I
he's
got
pretty damn
Puka.
good. Yeah, he
I got Puka. I just need to get you a number 2 now. Which
Yeah. I'm vastly underrating that Minnesota team. That's like a top 5 O line
oh yeah,
with
I
a
would.
decent
Yeah,
run
okay.
game
I
and
Rams got a
2
decent
good
run game.
receivers. Well, 1 great all-time receiver and then another
Right.
good receiver.
Right.
Not to mention they still have a tight end too.
Yeah, I got Hawkinson.
That's fair.
Hawkinson's a top.
They got weapons galore, and then their offensive minds is a wash, but man, that's a tough call going from Stafford to Darnold and thinking you're gonna just keep it chugging.
I mean,
No, it's not going to be the same for sure.
Oh no, it's not gonna be
I
the same.
think-
But
I
I'd
think
rather
that's
do
a
that.
good step
than-
down, at least.
I'd rather do that than what they talking about with Jimmy Garoppolo. That don't make
Jimmy
sense.
G ain't
Yeah,
it.
that don't make sense.
I'm like Jimmy
Man,
G don't make sense. I'd rather us if we gonna trade Stanford away for a first, man, package that first with my first, trade up and go get Cam Ward or something. That makes more sense to me than just
I
sitting
don't know
here.
about
Yeah.
Cam Ward.
I mean, I think Shador in that system be good too. I mean, because
Yeah.
Shador, they got him right now. I think the lowest Shador might fall is maybe 6 or 7 with the Jets and the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think if he gets to 5
That's
with the
fair.
Jaguars, I think that's the perfect spot to trade for him. Just because Jaguars, I feel like they'll trade down unless Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter is there.
True. I agree with that.
Yeah. I think if it's me personally, if I'm the Rams, I figure out how to handle the situation with Matthew Stafford. We can't give you 50. Can I give you 47.5? Or can I give you 45 and I give you a $5 million incentive? If you get us to the NFC Championship, you'll get the $5 million. Like, I feel like there has to be a way to work around it. I would try to, but if he's asking for Dak money, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing, though. This is my rationale. After a player win a Super Bowl, damn, team success. I want to get paid. Like Stafford has played on horrible Detroit teams, made it work. He won a Super Bowl. I want my money now. Like that's how I would feel.
And it's his last contract. It is his last
It is
contract.
his last contract.
payday,
It just
yeah.
as the Rams team, I don't know if I can make that kind of commitment.
I wouldn't. It don't make
Because I
sense.
feel like your
Guys,
only
what
option
is he?
is
30, 38, 39 now?
37 or turn 38. So
He's
he,
about to turn 38. Okay.
Yeah.
or everybody. I'm thinking Sam Darnold. Everybody said Aaron Rodgers. I'm off Aaron Rodgers.
Nah,
I don't want
I'm not.
toxicity in my locker room. And then he talking about bringing Adams. And then what's next? Randall Cobb. I'm good.
Well,
All the old people.
Yeah,
So-
they gonna bring all the whole retirement home from Green Bay.
so I think the Rams actually has the kind of culture that could withstand what Aaron Rodgers brings, both good and bad, to the table. Because
Yeah.
there's not going to be some scenario where A Rod comes in there and hijacks this organization like he did with the Jets.
Yes, that's true.
That's true. McVay not
That's
having
Sean
that.
McVay and that
Yeah.
Williams organization. My bad, Tans. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, we agreed on it. McVay not having that. Yeah, he's not having that.
And
Hey.
from what we were talking about the other day, I mean, his stats ain't bad.
Oh no, statistically, he had the same stats as Mahomes: 26 touchdowns, nine interceptions. I think I ain't questioning Aaron Rodgers' talent. Obviously, when he's on the field, we know he can read any defense. There's no defense he can't read. He still has a good arm. His mobility ain't the same. Now that's the
Yeah,
difference.
Achilles.
You're gonna need to shore up that O line, unlike the Jets. But I just, man, chemistry wise, but
Right.
I'm starting to talk myself into it now to think about it, because last time Aaron Rodgers was doubted of winning MVP.
And then, do you think he's going to come? I don't think he can command that $40 million price tag that
I
these other
don't think
quarterbacks.
so.
Oh no,
So,
if I'm them,
if
I'm
I
looking
can get
them.
him that 20, 25, and that 30, no higher than 30, I mean, I'm saving $10 million right off the rip from everybody
That's
else.
Yeah,
And that's
true.
more money to
Especially
play in
with
free
last
agency.
year.
Yeah, I'll say if I can get A-Rod for 30, then I'll take him over Sam Darnold. But if he's saying I want the same as Sam Darnold 40, I'm gonna look at that age.
Yeah, you got to regression. And I just don't think he needs to bring in Devontae Adams. I mean, it's just not gonna mess well with Puka. I mean, Puka is a great player, unselfish, but you bring in Devontae Adams, a player that wants his touches, I don't see that working. Like I don't see that working. I just don't.
If
Devontae
Devontae
wants to
Adams
get
willing to be
paid.
the number 2, if he's willing to be the mentor, unlike he was in New York, because to me, and I don't blame Garrett Wilson what he was saying. I don't know if y'all saw the reports that if Aaron Rodgers was still there and Adams was still there, Garrett Wilson wanted out just because he felt
I
like
don't blame him.
Devontae Adams came there instantly was the number 1 while he was put to the back burner, even though he had been on the team longer. He's the young blood trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that's why I say if I'm McVay and I'm the GM, Les Snead, I have to have a talk with them like, hey, if I bring both of you in, this is team. This ain't no you.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, are you okay with just 1,000 yards? Because Puka getting the 1,500.
Exactly. Yeah.
Puka getting the bulk of the carries now. If you happen to get 1,500 with him, and we like Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt, cool.
Exactly.
But the design of the offense is gonna be set to go to Puka. Now, if you I'm gonna have to have that talk. And I'm gonna have to talk to Puka too. Like, hey, look, how do you feel if we bring in Devontae Adams? What's it called? Him to mentor you, blase.
Right.
I think that had to be the conversation. But I think the Rams.
Well, first they gotta get Cup off the books first before we even get to all that other stuff.
I think they'll somebody give up. I think somebody give up maybe a mid-round pick. I think a 4th or 5th will get you Cooper Cup. I don't see a 3rd just because his contract.
Contract.
Plus, if I'm gonna trade a 2nd or 1st, I can go get T. Higgins.
Technically speaking, the Rams gonna have to eat all their dead money. So
yeah, Cooper Cup. I don't know why I see Steelers.
I can see that.
Yeah,
maybe
like
a veteran receiver to help out.
Him trying to mentor Pickens. Pickens need him.
Crash out Pickens. My bad, midnight not here.
Yeah, he not hitting his boy. His boy, but Pickens do be crashing out sometimes. Hey, I can't say that. I got an emotional receiver over here with the champs, got the new gear, y'all, Super Bowl champs.
Hey, he actually read books.
He be reading books. He calm down.
He be trying to calm down.
Last year, something was going on in our locker room. I could tell you that. Nobody was happy. But yeah, with the Rams, I think figuring out that quarterback situation is the number 1 thing. After that, honestly, from an NFC outlook, they were the team that gave the Eagles the most heck in the playoffs.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that D line is only going to get better because all of them essentially on rookie deals.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Eagles, but none of them are in free agency this year. So
Mm-hmm.
they'll be back. I think if I'm the Rams in the first round, I'm looking at corner.
Yeah.
Get you a shutdown corner that can shut down the side of the field, make it easier for that pass rusher to get back there. I think you back in contention as long as you get a receiver, get the quarterback situation figured out. And I wouldn't hate the Rams. Kyron Williams is cool, but he fumbles too much for me.
That's
Yeah, he
exactly
had
where
a
I was
year.
gonna go.
Yeah.
I think they could use that running back from
Boise.
Boise State. Like I
Everybody
just
like him. Yeah.
like Sean McVay when he had Todd Gurley. Like that
Ooh.
offense.
Yeah, it was nice.
That offense was fierce. And now you're gonna, I know he ain't the same as Todd Gurley in his heyday,
Right.
but I mean he's pretty close.
I
You
think
put
Took a
him
lot
in
less
behind
hits.
that
That's
scheme.
what I would look at too, though. He
Oh,
took a
give me
lot
one
less
second. My
hits.
dog about to bark. Give me 1 second, y'all. Put on mute.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I wouldn't be mad if they got Scatterboo in like the second round, dude. I think that would be cool.
Oh yeah,
I
Scatterboo.
I like his run style, man.
Yeah, I like it too. I just in terms of the speed and the overall package. Now Scatterboo shocked
Explosion,
me though when he did that against Texas. I
yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, he is the hype.
yeah, he nice.
Let's face it, I didn't think of Iowa. I didn't think they had a chance.
Nah, I don't think
Oh,
nobody
I'm back,
did.
y'all. My bad. We can say afterwards. My bad, y'all. My dog. Anytime he hear DoorDash, goes crazy. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, but outside of the Rams, let's get back to the other quarterback situation, the 49ers.
Man, they
Now,
need to pay
this
my boy.
Mr. Brock Purdy has exceeded the contract that he given. That last person in the draft, he's outplayed that contract. How much if you was the GM you're willing to offer him?
You want to know what? I'm gonna offer him a one-way ticket to whatever team he wants because I'm not paying him that ticket. I'm not paying that contract.
Wait, what if he said he wanted to Sam Darnold? If he'll take the 45,
if he'll
and
take
the rest
the
could be in
45, I sign him. I don't look back, and we keep it going.
What if he say 45, but he need incentives? He need incentives that can push it up. He need incentives that can push it up.
Yeah, if he can, with incentives, I can get him like in that 55, that 52, 53 range. I do that. But as soon as he start talking anywhere near the centers of Dak, with the weapons I've provided to him.
So I call myself a Brock Purdy protector. This man has done more than most NFL quarterbacks in the last couple of years. I know he has all the weapons, but if I'm Brock Purdy, I walk into the locker room, I list out the last 10 quarterbacks they had, and I say who won more games, who got to the Super Bowl more than me, who got close. They got to pay that man. I don't care if they pay him just for what he did and he flopped the next 3 years. You got to pay the man. Now I'm not saying 60. I'm cool with 55, but you got to pay the man. Because if he goes somewhere else, he's not going to be successful. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think he's great, but you got to pay the
man. Wait. If I put Brock Purdy in Minnesota, he can't replicate that?
Minnesota maybe.
Right.
But if
I feel like Brock Purdy's situational.
If you go to like a lower tier team, like imagine him at the Rams.
Yeah.
Well,
I seen the make Baker Mayfield, before Baker got to Tampa. Baker looked good.
Yeah, he looked pretty solid.
Well, coaching would be good.
I feel like, and I will say this.
But here's my argument. Like, my argument is this. You say how many quarterbacks have done what he's done.
Correct.
Jimmy Garoppolo has been pretty much done everything he's done. Now,
so that's one.
It looks a lot different when Brock Purdy's doing it.
Colin Kaepernick got to the Super Bowl.
Kaepernick had like 1.5 years. I love Cap though. But
no. Alex Smith got to the conference championship. I ain't gonna diss it. He's better than I'm gonna say he's better than these quarterbacks in our name.
Yeah.
In certain things, he wins, but
yeah.
Because we will say if we look at the physical talent, he's not better than Kaepernick arm wise.
Oh sure,
or feet wise.
But you gotta have to have the 49ers are having this conversation. I promise you, it's
every day.
if I have a choice between these weapons, all these weapons, and finding me a quarterback on the street to come run the offense, versus okay, the quarterback, and then we're gonna lose because let's face it, like Debo's already out the window.
Yeah.
Well,
Kittle
he old.
Kittle becomes expendable now. If with this
Mhm.
$60 million tag, they will probably lose Kittle.
Okay.
They're already trying to look to offload Trent. So I'm like, you're already taking away three of his best players right there.
True.
I
That's
think,
true. That's true.
and I do think with the 49ers, you got to look to. My problem I've always had with them was they never invest in the offensive line enough. They literally
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
say, "We got Trent, and that's good enough. We
And
got
we
Trent.
good. Yeah.
We got some fourth round, fifth round picks." And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what happens when Trent go down? And we saw that this year.
All right.
Yeah.
What happened
But
when
a
Trent?
lot else happened too, though.
Yeah,
But I feel like as long as they get him, because what the receiver Parsons, I mean not Parsons, the dude from
yeah,
Florida. I
Ricky
mean,
Pearsall, he gonna
he's
replace
coming into
Debo.
his own. Yeah, as long as he stay out of trouble, because you saw what happened. He got shot.
I
But
mean, look,
Hmm.
that wasn't his fault though. He was just
well,
one of them
that's
wrong
true.
place,
That's
wrong
true.
time,
But if
wrong
they
neighborhood,
can,
wrong time type of deals.
honestly, and y'all might call me crazy. I'll take the hot take. I'd rather do something about McCaffrey and keep Purdy because McCaffrey only played like half the year. Like, I'm just being honest. After an Achilles injury, you ain't the same, and I don't think he'll never be the
I
same.
do worry about that for a running back. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
do.
man. I mean that's
I'd
explosiveness right
be
there.
sitting lying to you because McCaffrey's making. I think he is the highest paid running back by a significant gap at 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And look
I
at
just
what
would, if
Mason
I'm
did
49ers,
when
if I'm gonna
when he
think
was gone.
about that, I think you got to draft somebody. It doesn't. You don't got to be Aston Genty because this draft is loaded. I would
Yeah,
say
gotta be.
maybe a mid-round pick of Quinshawn Judkins,
Yeah,
Travion Henderson from Ohio, any of them Ohio State running backs.
Yeah.
The Kansas running back Devin Neal, he's a good fit.
but
Like I
that
feel like a
running back
mid,
Mason was good. I like it.
I feel like Mason is one of them kind of like Alfred Morris where that scheme carried him. Like if I put somebody that's really
Uh,
I mean,
more skillful in that scheme,
hmm, that's a good point.
because we've seen a lot of people eating that Shanahan scheme, and then once they get out of it, they ain't.
Shit, but
Because
keep it
Alfred
together.
Morris
That's all
had
you gotta
what
do.
1,600 yards.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alfred Morris
that's a
had
good point.
1,600 yards before Christian McCaffrey. Mostert was killing.
Yeah,
Mostert was doing good. Before that, remember Devontae Freeman in Atlanta? Him and
yeah,
Tevin
Devontae.
Coleman.
Oh yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember that.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
their scheme, the running back, and I might kind of agree with you. I would see how McCaffrey's looking if McCaffrey's looking sluggish in training camp. I
Yeah,
probably
man. Cause
yeah, because
anytime, go ahead, man. Go
you
ahead.
know, I was gonna say my main thing was historically he hasn't had to have a world beater at running back. Now having a person that can catch the ball,
Yeah,
McCaffrey the
yeah.
first person that can catch,
Right,
and then
right,
you
right, right.
do that. It's actually like a receiver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's where it's gonna be unique. And honestly, there's only one other person in the league that can replicate that. That's Alvin Kamara,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
and
true. That's true.
maybe James Cook. James Cook is number
Yeah,
two. Like
James Cook. Yeah,
yeah, outside of those two, maybe Aaron. Aaron Jones not. Not on that level though, but
No, not on that level.
I would
yeah,
say
Well, I
those.
mean, I'd have to pull
he could
James
be.
Cook because I always thought James Cook and Aaron Jones were about the same level of receiving threat.
True, true. It's just Buffalo
Mm.
throws the ball more
Yeah.
Yeah,
to him
Buffalo throws
now.
a lot to him.
Yeah, but if we talking about I put him against a linebacker, and that's just a pure outlandish
Yeah,
mismatch.
yeah, easy.
McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara, the only two I can think of.
Speaking of which, is
So
James
that,
Cook on this last year, ain't he?
Yeah,
yeah, he
he's
is.
on his
He
last
is.
year. Yeah. I'll try to snag him.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, any team,
tried.
period.
I
But
would see if I can, dangle a second out there and see what would happen.
hmm
On Buffalo, how loaded this
Because
class is, I might would take.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. With how easy it is to get a back
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
in the draft, because Buffalo's gonna be cutting costs for at least one more year.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I mean, y'all saw they just signed Shakir for I think 4 years, 60. So we
Yeah.
know Amari Cooper not coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. You know, that was
So
just
it's
a
gonna be
placeholder.
So, but if I'm the 49ers, the Purdy situation is the most important. Be second on my list. Improving that offensive lineman and getting another.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have a receiver high on the list. To me, Pearsall, a healthy IU and Kittle should be enough.
Yeah, they should be straight.
Now, I would try to find in the draft. I would try to look for somebody like a Debo that can have a run after catch ability to try to see if I can find somebody I can mold and develop. Like a person I was looking at when I was thinking about the 49ers before the podcast was Savion Williams from TCU.
Yeah.
His comparison was Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
So a person I could put in, in that system, he could be a gadget, he could be a running back, receiver, kick
That's true,
returner,
man.
and you might could have him start off on kick return. That way he could work his way up. You probably could look for him in the third round to fill that Debo role. But just because Debo, as some 49er fans gonna miss him, I feel like he's
Limited.
outside of that 1 year, he hasn't produced like that.
Yeah, he's limited.
Yeah, and look, him and I got to give his agent all the credit in the world. You maximize the year that he plays great, and you get your contract then.
Get your contract, yeah.
And it don't matter how dirty it looks or how in the mud you got to get your money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna commend that agent for it because.
Oh yeah, Ayuk too. Ayuk did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
But
especially
the
when he was using him
49ers
so
held
much.
serve with Ayuk.
Yeah.
Because
I was gonna say one more thing with Debo. Also, I think after seeing what Debo did this year with some of those antics, when he was him and the kicker getting into it.
Yeah.
Some of those, I feel like you have to get him out of the locker room. But go ahead, Boss. My bad. What are you about to say?
Nah. You pretty much put it on the thing. Usually when a receiver starts getting, I think who was it? I think it was Greg Jennings said. Usually when a receiver starts acting out on the field, getting in altercations, it's because he knows the time is coming.
Yeah.
The skills are diminishing. He's not getting that separation anymore.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest. To replace him, what does the receiver have to do? Run a slant. I mean, I can do that.
Run the sled, run the drag, some of the motion routes, and be able to
screen pass.
Screen pass. I mean, Debo was never a great route runner. Like,
he was never polished.
Yeah, because I mean, you saw that in the Super Bowl when the Chiefs played man to man when they had McDuffie and JJ and L'Jarius Sneed. Woo! Sneed had that ball on Clamp Island. It couldn't do nothing. But next on the list, Arizona. I don't want to say they're going to. They're one of the teams. If they have a good offseason, they can win this division. I like they've been feisty in every game last year, and they fought every team. It didn't matter if it was the Rams, the Seahawks, the Vikings. This team fought every team. I think if I'm the Cardinals, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison, I got to get their chemistry right. We got to figure this out. Respectfully, he getting the most targets. Him and McBride getting the most targets. I know you like McBride. He was killing with the yards. Cool. McBride can get 1,000 yards. I need Marvin Harrison to get 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah, easily.
Like, there's no reason Marvin Harrison shouldn't have had 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
But I mean,
got to get on the same page.
There's no sense in him having 3 targets one game and then like 10 the next. Like,
it was so inconsistent. And part of that could have been play calling. Like, you as a coordinator got to set it up like that. Like, hey, Marvin Harrison, he's starting to get out of the game. Let me get him some touches.
Right.
And I think that defense right now, Jonathan Gannon's been having a good defense with scraps. I think he needs to upgrade that defense. If I was him, I'd go to some old reliables. I would get Milton Williams from Philadelphia, and I would get Hassan Reddick from the New York Jets to upgrade the defensive line. I would draft me a corner. The corner from Texas, Barron, would be on my list. Maybe Will Johnson if he slips, or might have to trade up to get him from Michigan. Get you a number 1 corner, get you some D linemen, and now that defense, because right now he's been more pressure, more blitzes to get pressure. Now you can get back to your true nature of cover 4, cover 3, cover 2, drop back in zone, let the front 4 eat. But now that you got those exotic pressure, you can send those there once in a while. And I think offensively, underrated player that people don't talk about, James Conner.
Oh yeah.
Conner? Underrated. He is what I like to call an old school get it out the mud running back.
He reminds me of Pierre Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Can do everything well.
Yeah, do everything real, durable, and don't complain.
Yeah.
Don't complain. Just run the ball.
Don't complain. Like you never see him on the injury report. Like I said, he's underrated. James Conner is underrated. If I was the Cardinals, I would try to get him a running mate.
Yeah.
I would try to get him a more explosive back. I think the perfect fit for them would be Amari and Hampton from North Carolina. If you can get him in the second round, because Hampton had over 1,600 yards and 20 touchdowns this year. And he was the main reason North Carolina had offense. Just watching the film. You get somebody like him to pair with Connor, and I think you cooking with something.
Yeah.
Now, they're a team I could see. I think their ceiling is 10 to 11. Now, this is based off of just prediction, but I got to see what they get. But I could see 10 to 11 if they hit everything right, them being a wild card team.
I got to get pushback. Like,
I don't know about 11.
The Cardinals are they're the same story they've always been. It's like they have these strong first half of the season starts, and if for whatever reason it could be Kyler Murray getting injured, or it could be them forgetting out how to feed their number one receiver. There's something that goes short circuits in the second half, and then they just always fizzle out at the end. Because we were sitting there and we were looking up, and they were number one in their division at one point. They were number one, 2 games clear of everybody. The Rams were what we thought were imploding. The 49ers were cooked. The body bags were putting the building up, and
Seattle was a close one.
Yeah, Seattle was the only other one you can argue.
We weren't even good last year.
Yeah, that defense was like y'all defense. Defense for Seattle was pretty good. I will give them credit. Gino was just one day he's Brett Favre, the other day he's Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna get to Seattle. Seattle's next, man. But that's the team. I don't know where to put them. Let me let y'all finish the Cardinals. I'm ready for Seattle.
But Arizona's they're confusing, and they have great players. I love Marvin Harris when he gets touches. Jay Connor's been my running back for forever. Like I always pick him up in fantasy.
Right.
So,
Trey McBride, underrated tight end.
Underrated. Underrated. The whole line isn't terrible. I even like the head coach. He's got him scrappy, but it's just, man, it doesn't matter. I don't know what it is with them. They just seem to run out of gas halfway through the season. Every year, it's the same thing.
So what y'all, if I had to think, we ain't gonna predict wins. We're gonna wait till free agency and draft to see what they get.
Well, I was gonna put them in the same category. They're talented enough to win 11 games. I just don't think they're consistent enough. So I always put them in that 8-9 game range. It depends on who's hot in that division. Actually.
Okay, so you think their floor is like a 7-8 win team?
Yeah. They'll do no worse than 7, but they'll do no better than 9.
Okay,
I can see that.
Maybe if something freaky happens, they'll get to 10.
Yeah, hit on some free agents, hit on the draft.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of remind me. Y'all remember a couple of years ago when the Vikings they won like 12 games. It was like one game they won by 21. Next game they got beat by 30. You remember that team?
Yeah.
They kind of remind me of that. Like one game, boom, like everything is clicking. Next game, everything then imploded, and it's like, what's going on?
Because
that's how I feel
this
about
team on a week-to-week basis, because they'll tell you, both of these guys tell you, I bet football. I did not know what to do with Arizona. It got to a point with Arizona. I told
leave him alone.
I told him either leave him alone or take the plus. I said either leave him alone or take the plus. because it was one week, and I thank Vosk for this. I was about to take Minnesota against them. I was going to take Minnesota spread. I'm like, they're going to beat the boys. Man, was I wrong? Kyler Murray and James Conner were giving them the blues.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's they're one of them teams where they're so pesky. You just sit there and they literally made me like, all right, I'm gonna take the plus every week. I ain't even for them, or I'm not gonna mess with them against certain matchups. They're that annoying, but yeah, that's how I look for Arizona. I think Seattle is the last one, the enigma of the division.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead. You got a fan. That's why I'm yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this, man. We need a lot of help from a lot of positions. First off, we need D. I mean, we got corner, but Woolen is inconsistent at times. Like he takes 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but he's really fast. I like him. I really feel like we need defensive line at most. That defensive lineman from Georgia, Williams, the edge rusher, I would love to get him in the draft. I don't think he's gonna fall far enough. Other than that, we got to figure out what we're gonna do about running back. I mean, we got Kenneth Walker, who had a great couple of years, can't stay healthy. Now we got Charbonnet, which Charbonnet is good, but his ceiling just isn't there. We also need some O line too. And for the life of me, we got to get rid of Geno. I don't know what to say about Geno. I mean, Geno. Hey, Geno should come out with a 30 for 30 at this point. That's what he do every game. That's what he do every year. 30 for 30.
All right, so I actually had there's a stat for Geno. I know Terrence, you probably gonna be shocked by this. You want to know who the third most clutchest quarterback in the league the last 2 years?
Oh yeah, he clutch. Geno, he clutch.
I saw that it was Patrick Mahomes was 1, Jalen Hurts was 2, Geno and Baker Mayfield was 4th. I said, God damn.
But here's the thing about Geno, man. This is Geno's stat line. This man could be 28 for 35, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks, and then walk down the field on the last drive and throw a touchdown. And it's like, bro, why can't you just not throw interceptions? Because he was leading the league in passing last year, but it was like 20 touchdowns, like 19 picks. And I'm like, Geno, God damn. Like, what are we doing?
I honestly look at Geno he's who
I blame
think
Steve Carroll.
You blame Pete Carroll for
Pete Carroll.
trust, not reining him in a little bit too.
He got him in. He sit there. He put him on the. Hey man, you could be the next Brett Favre. Little did he know that
like
Brett Favre is Brett Favre because he got that arm. Geno, love you to death. You don't got that kind of arm.
Yeah, he don't.
I love Geno character though.
Run game. That's the thing, man. Like if we had a beast mode type running back with Geno would be fine, but if you got Geno throwing about 35 times, 5 of them get picked off. I mean, it's just how it is. But his character is good. Though.
I just thought about something. Y'all might have to do what we did with Jalen Hurts after last year. You know, Jalen Hurts was having this interception turnover problem. Dial Geno back to 22 to 24 passes. Get to 30 to 35.
Our OC loves to throw the ball, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it.
Because sometimes I seen this with Hurts. Now that we dialed him back, he just went back in the game manager mode. Like, all right, cool.
Right, that's all we need.
When we needed him to be Superman, when we needed him to, all right, we down 7, go ahead and tie us back in the game or go ahead and finish them off. He still was able to do it. It isn't like they lose that clutch gene. But I think you have to recognize your quarterback has a gun or is gaining a gunslinger mentality. So you slow that down.
That's not what we need, you know. Yeah, DK Metcalf, cool, but if it's a safety right here in the corner, don't throw the ball, Geno.
Especially in the division that y'all are in. Like Jalen Hurts can have a 3 or 4 pick game because at best, at worst, you got to deal with maybe Dallas. Dallas is the only one who might bite you in the tail doing that. And Washington, now that they got a quarterback.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you do that kind of stuff against Kyle Shanahan, you cooked.
You're giving it up.
You do that against Arizona, you really cooked.
Philly, they're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna try to make it with the run.
Yeah, and then I ain't even got to Sean McVay. So I mean, that's 2 all-time, probably Hall of Fame offensive-minded coaches right there, and then you got one who's we know how the Cardinals have the most offensive firepower in that division now.
Yeah,
Fair to say. I
yeah.
think they have the most.
And if you tell that to a 49er fan, they're gonna get mad. But I'm like, all right,
Kind of,
Kittle and McBride. I'm gonna take McBride.
kind of a wash right
Yeah,
now.
it's kind of a wash. Like you don't want to say it's kind of a
Yeah.
wash. Ayuk and Marvin Harrison.
Not even close.
I'd rather have Marvin Harris. Ayuk's coming off a bad injury.
Yeah,
You don't know what
that is,
he is.
yeah. Mhm.
And now I will say, if you say who's the Cardinal number 2, all right, cool. I'll take Shanahan's number 2 because of the scheme, I guess.
Well, yeah, who the 49ers number 2 if it's not Debo?
Oh shit! This time was Jeremy was on. Who was that dude name?
Jennings, DeWan
Jennings.
Jennings.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jennings.
Jennings.
Yeah, he's
Dirty
hard,
work.
dog.
Yeah, dirty worker.
Yeah.
Jennings. That boy won.
Yeah.
Jennings. Hey.
I love Jennings, and he was great for my fantasy team.
Yeah, he came
No
in clutch,
offense.
man.
That's a scheme.
That is all scheme.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I mean, let me see. Who is the Cardinals' number 2 receiver? Cardinals receiver. Because I always think their number 2 is Trey McBride. Like honestly,
Yeah.
just because
Well,
he's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
yeah. So number 2 wide receiver for the Cardinals was Michael Wilson. He had 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not terrible.
It's
That's
not.
decent, yeah.
That's not terrible. It's serviceable. I'd rather have Jennings. So okay, I'll give you Jennings, but if the Cardinals, let's just say if the Cardinals bring in somebody, yeah, they got the best weapons in the division until the
Yeah.
Rams get somebody.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. But how I see this division going, I'm gonna wait to predict it. I gotta see what the Rams do with Matthew Stafford. That's a big domino for me. And the 49ers, they get on my nerves though. Did y'all hear who they're trying to get?
Who?
Yeah.
Zach Bond. They're trying to pair him with Fred Warner. I said, y'all
better pay that
let's not even let that.
Where is this money coming from?
That's
You
what-
see, this is why
Yeah,
I'm
where's it
like,
coming from?
oh, okay, so they're not gonna pay the quarterback because
That's
you're
fair.
not
Yeah.
gonna
Kind of
pay
conversation
2
about
linebackers and then turn around and pay Purdy 60. I'm like, the money's already empty now.
Yeah, because you just paid Ayuk. Well, I guess in their mind, they're gonna let go of Debo and give him Debo money. But even then, I'm like, I thought y'all would let go of Debo to pay Purdy.
That's what I was like.
I think they think Purdy just gonna be. It's almost like they think Purdy is just happy to be there. Purdy like happy to be here. Shit, you better pay me.
Man, I'm
Man,
talking about Purdy.
I've
I
been
done
living
gave
in
y'all
an
the
I've been
hometown
living in
discount
an
and 7th-round
apartment
picks.
with a roommate. I'm tired. I'm tired of these
They tired of
these
that, man.
California
Need some
taxes.
money.
Oh man, I ain't think about the California taxes too. He really
That's
ain't.
true.
He really making the most off sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that division is gonna be interesting for sure. A dogfight. We'll wait for the
Right.
prediction, but I think for all them teams, I could see either one making a wild card or being a division winner. It just depends on what they do. The next
I
division
think
we
it's
were
the
gonna talk
Rams.
about.
I like
Yeah,
the Rams.
in Rams mainly. Well, what they're gonna do with Stanford.
Yeah.
The next division we're gonna talk about is the division. The AFC East. Can anybody catch up with? Can anybody beat the Bills, man? Could the Bills get some competition? We thought. I'm gonna start off with the worst team. I'm gonna get them out the way. Them Jets. Whoo, Jets. I appreciate y'all. Jets fan. I know y'all gonna hate me for this. Y'all helped my pockets so much this year because Vegas loved y'all. And I faded y'all asses every week. Went 13-4. Killed the game. But respectfully, Jets, I do think friendly banter. I do think now that you bought in a real head coach. Well, I ain't gonna say a real head coach. I like Salah. But now that you done bought in a coach that can bring a culture. And that's got rid of Aaron Rodgers and friends culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all can start somewhere.
Did you see the interview he did?
Oh, the interview was great.
When they were asking about Aaron Rodgers, he basically said, we're going to evaluate our team, yada, yada, yada. And then they mentioned some other coach. Well, you run your team like this coach, he said, that's him. My name is Glenn. I bet they don't.
Okay. Hey, let him know, coach.
So yeah, Aaron Rodgers had to go, man. Aaron
He
Rodgers had to go.
looks he got a personality built for New York. That's why I think the
Yeah.
Jets might be scrappy this year.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I
for
ain't gonna
sure
say might.
scrappy.
I think they will be scrappy pending they get a quarterback. Like
Now,
I
They
do
do got
think you
they
can't
do got a
just
nice backup. They do. Taylor. What's his name? What's Virginia Tech? Taylor.
Tyrod?
Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, he's decent. He's
uh,
decent.
I retract
Not
my
no,
statement if they
not
march
great, but
Tyrod
it's a
out
good
there as a
baseline.
starter. They cannot
It's a
be you
good
cannot be
baseline.
competitive with Tyrod.
Wait. You can put Tyrod out there to tank for Arch.
He a good baseline. If they can get nobody else, he's a good, okay baseline.
Ben, what have
That's
we
what I
learned?
would
If you are a black coach, you cannot sit up here and say that you can tank a season away and get away
say.
with
Yeah,
it.
you can't. You might
You
be out of
ain't,
there.
you ain't
Look
lying
here.
though. Antonio Pierce had 1 year.
Pierce,
Mayo had 1 year.
Yeah, 1
go.
year.
No, you cannot be a black, not especially in New York
Yeah.
with that trigger,
Especially after
that
last
trigger
year.
happy owner. No, you better play. You better play for real. You better show them something.
Okay, so that goes to my first
But they
thing with the
will be
Jets we're gonna talk
scrappy.
about.
I'd like that.
Yo, I feel like their best chance to get a quarterback. Draft, trade up.
Yeah.
Trade up.
Yeah, you got to.
I feel like you if you're the Jets, you have to trade up to if I'm the Jets out. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take my personal bias. But me
If I'm the
personally,
Jets, I think Sanders would be a good fit. For the simple fact, I like Ward's the better prospect here, but
I
it's
would take
like
but defense
Ward.
with the
coordinator,
Jets, with a defensive minded coach, you can't be throwing picks. Sanders is
true.
a little bit more on the take care of the ball type. And I don't think Aaron Glenn
That's
minds
fair.
his quarterback taking sacks over picks.
Because at least he might be losing a little bit of field position, but he's
Yeah,
not losing the actual possession of
Losing
the
the
football.
ball.
yeah, yeah. So
I do think Cam Ward and they running back Brees Hall, that would be nice to see.
that would be nice. I just
That
know
would
how
be
Aaron
nice.
Glenn is.
Them
Yeah.
turnovers, he gonna be hot. He will
Yeah.
be hot.
Well, yeah. Especially
Especially
he's
how
being like
Cam
I said,
Ward,
defensive minded.
like Cam Ward, we were just talking about Gino. Cam Ward has those moments. Like
Yeah,
Gino,
yeah.
where
Trying to
you'll
extend the
be
play
sitting
too
there
much.
watching like that California game. I was sitting there watching it with Visor. I said, why did he just go across his body across the middle?
It looked
But
pretty
then,
coming out.
yeah, and then you sit there and watch Cam Ward make that mistake, make that pick six, they're down 21-7, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like Gino, pull the comeback out the rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sitting there like, that's cute. No, you can't do it in NFL. NFL ain't no
Yeah.
coming back unless you is the second coming to Brett Favre.
You got to be the second coming of Mahomes.
Shit, Mahomes couldn't even do it. Not this
Yeah,
year.
Mahomes couldn't even come back from the
Hey,
picks.
that was one game.
No, I'm gonna keep talking. It's the off season, baby. Them Chiefs fans were talking about us all off season. I ain't letting y'all up. I got the shirt on too. I had y'all 0-6. I got my Super Bowl shirt on. But I think the Jets. I think if we're talking about needs, I do think they need another tackle. Now that Tyron Smith's left, but you do have your left tackle replacement. I think O-line would be something I look into, and a thing I would do if I'm Glenn. Brees Hall has been underutilized so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Because
yes.
Brees Hall should be in that. I think he has the talent to be in the conversation of how people talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan.
Mm-hmm.
There's some young backs that's
Well,
new
Bijan ain't
generation.
been being used like that either, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we say that, but that man had 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
Which
They're
is
doing better
scary
than his
because
first
he
year.
still ain't being used to his. I'd
Yeah.
be running him like Saquon right now. I'm not even gonna cap.
Shit. I'll be running him like Todd Gurley.
Exactly.
Every time.
You need 300 carries? I got you 300 carries.
Hey, man, they're trying to make their running backs last 8 years, not 4 to 5.
With all due respect.
But they got two running backs.
Yeah,
They got that power running back, and then they got Brees Hall. It could really be like, it's not going to be as dynamic as Detroit, but it could be like a Detroit system. Sonic and Knuckles.
I was thinking maybe it could have been something like New Orleans back when we had Ingram and Kamara was
That
first
Yeah,
left.
that
that
too.
too.
Yeah,
That was what my honest thought was. But then
that
I was
might
like, oh,
too.
they're not using Bijan right.
Very
Yeah,
not.
I'm fine with it. They in my division.
but
I'm
but
fine.
back to but I said Brees Hall and shoot, honestly, if we talking about the Jets, Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson have both been underutilized, which is
Yeah.
I thought Garrett Wilson getting Aaron Rodgers, I thought he was gonna get 1,300 to 1,500 yards easily
Easy.
every year. He got
Mhm.
more yards with Zach Wilson. I ain't never. He got more yards, more wins with Zach Wilson. Whew. Jets fans, y'all
Tough
traded the first
times.
for that. Y'all traded the first for that man. Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. But you know what, Jets fans, I'm gonna let you live. I do think you got the right coach. He has the right mentality. You just got to get a quarterback. You got to get a
Yeah.
quarterback. Your defense, I would say, if anything, replacing DJ Reed because he just left for instance, so you need another cornerback to go on the opposite side of Sauce.
Yeah.
Also, Glenn, if I'm the first thing I'm doing when I'm getting there, getting Sauce's confidence back. Sauce ain't have his confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, them first 2 years, he had a swagger. He was that first year, he was playing on some Revis, almost Revis-like level.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got to get his confidence back. You got to get Sauce thinking, I am the best corner in the league. Last year, losing does affect your morale. That's cool.
Mhm.
We got a whole different culture now. Aaron Rodgers is gone. That
Yeah.
whole thing is gone now. You still got the owner, but can't fire him.
Yeah,
I think
nothing
it's
you can do
also
about the
just
owner.
Sauce technique. Like Sauce is just athletically
Oh
gifted
no,
and
freakish
long.
athlete.
Like he needs to work on his technique. Like
Yeah.
I think
But I
that's the
think that's
biggest
what
thing.
Glenn's man
Yeah.
scheme, I think is gonna be a great fit. And that man press scheme is gonna be a great fit for Sauce.
Yeah.
Right.
Quentin Williams should eat. If outside of the number 2 corner, you can always use edge rushers. They ain't never,
For sure.
yeah, always. But I would say mid round, get you some depth. But I think the Jets 8 wins. I think for right now, if you're the Jets, you just want to see progress. You want to see a nice coach.
Yeah.
You want to see like how Detroit was. You want to see a culture getting built. The foundation is getting built for us to turn into a playoff.
Mhm.
Just get in the playoffs, and
You
then
just
from
want
there,
to see good football.
yeah.
Right.
If I'm a Jets fan, I want to see good football. I want to feel like at the end of the year, my team is going somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Miami Dolphins. Oh, Mr. Overpaid Tua. We talk about Dakota Prescott a lot on this podcast, but Tua, you my boy. I'm from Bama.
You right there with him.
You right, yeah, you right there with the poster boy of why I don't want to pay certain quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Trevor, but Tua, you number 3.
Yeah.
Now, you and Dak always have I got the stats.
Got the stats.
But Miami, I would say.
Well, actually, I think Tua worse than Dak because Dak has done had those same stats with dwindling offensive talent. Tua still got Tyreek, two of the fastest
Waddle.
receivers in the
Waddle.
two of the
That's fair.
fastest receivers
Can't
and
forget
a
about
decent
Octane. Octane the
Yeah.
beast.
And
I think-
Gesicki. I mean, he has good talent.
I think my problem with Miami, I feel like their team's too soft.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Their
I feel like that's
coaches-
their weakness is they're soft in the trenches. And they've been soft in the trenches since they let go of Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On defensive side, they've been soft since they let go of Christian Wilkins. And also you let go of Andrew Van Ginkel.
Mhm.
What? How do you allow him to go to Minnesota and put up an all-pro year after he was your best edge rusher?
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing, you tell Vic Fangio that he's not his scheme's archaic. He's not a good defense coordinator. And in 1 year in Philadelphia, he turns their defense from 32nd to 1st. That tells me that's not
That's
a him
a culture
problem.
thing.
That's a culture. And Mike
Yeah, it's a
McDaniels,
culture.
I think the first thing Mike McDaniels has to do is look himself in the mirror and say, how do we want our team built? Because we've been too finesse. We've been too cute.
Mhm.
Ever since that game against Denver when they put up, what was it, 80, 70 points?
Yeah, 70
Mhm.
points.
Yeah, when they put up that 70 burger, they ain't been the same since. They left all the points out there.
Right.
And I just think that they're too cute. And also, even when it comes to that running game, too horizontal. Like, there's no downhill
Yeah,
game. They don't got no power. They don't got a power back. It's like their team just don't have. It's all finesse, no blue collar.
Yeah, the
They
book's out
outsmart
on the
themselves.
book's out on them. Like I think you oftentimes you can look at division games and you can tell just what a team really is. You can figure them
Hmm.
out,
Mhm.
and it took the Bills all of a half to figure out that offense.
Yeah,
Hmm.
They're soft served ice cream. It's all fancy parlor tricks.
Right.
yeah,
Motion here, motion there. As long as you read your keys, you'll be all right.
yeah.
Right.
And as long as you don't allow them to get in space, because
Yeah,
they
Hmm.
are the team. They get the balls and they get in space. They got the speed to take it to the crib anywhere. So
yeah,
they got
I
trust.
agree. Like you said,
But
I
I
think
think
it
if
starts with the head
you,
coach. He
yeah,
just
yeah,
he's too
I
much
think
of a player's coach. Like he needs to define a line of head coach player,
yeah.
especially with the personality he has in the locker room. Like
yeah,
nah,
I think
he's off.
just adopting the scheme, bringing in some more players that are more blue collar.
Hmm.
Defensive tackles, I think, is my need for them. Defensive tackle and offensive line. I think they need to have one of those just born off season where they just attack both the trenches.
Hmm.
Just because they don't. If you told me, you traded Ty because there's a rumor they might trade Tyreek Hill because especially at their press conference, they traded Tyreek Hill for multiple picks, and I saw them pick offensive and defensive line. I would be more impressed by that. They'd be like, okay, I can see you're actually putting efforts into building the trenches because Waddle has the talent to be a number one talent and put up 1,500 yards easily if he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the problem with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The healthy part,
Yeah.
health has been Waddle's issue since college. But to me, if Tyreek Hill saying, and Tyreek Hill's at the age of what, 31, 30, if you
Something
hadn't
like
won
that.
with him in the last couple years, I would consider it. It depends on what I can
Oh
get.
yeah,
If I get a first
oh yeah.
rounder for Tyreek Hill, I trade him.
It's time for him to go. And it's also like you said, the culture. He great player, but you saw what he did with the Chiefs. He's just a distraction at this point. I mean, great
Yeah,
player, but it's too much off the field. Too much.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes on to win, it isn't like I think some fan bases are scared to trade good players because they look at the Saquon. The problem with Saquon was
Hmm.
you let him go to free agency for the free.
yeah,
Yeah, for free. You know.
Yeah, if you trade him, and also if you trade him and you hit on the pick, or at least do okay on the pick, as long as you don't bomb it, as long as you don't pull
exactly.
the Titans with AJ Brown, as long as you come away with a solid starter, you'll be okay. But
That's
I think
good.
if I'm Miami, I think you have to build the trenches on both sides. I would look for a defensive tackle. You drafted the edge rusher the last 2 years with Chop Robinson and Phillips. So I would look for
Hmm.
defensive tackle, somebody to replace Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
That presence. And then offensive
Oh,
line, I would definitely look
it
at
could be just as simple as getting you a physical linebacker. I've sit
that
there and
too.
That
seen,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a thumper at linebacker tends to shore up run defenses.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody who could set the tone and who could just add a backbone to their defense a little bit more.
Yeah,
Right.
Because they're talented on it. Oh, and bring back Javon Holland, the safety.
yeah,
Bring
Yeah.
him back. Because you look at the secondary, that's not the issue. Jalen Ramsey is still a dog. Javon
Right.
Holland is still a dog.
yeah,
It's just they need help on that pass rushing and run defense.
yeah.
Offensively, you need to diversify that scheme and get a power back.
Yeah. Quit trying to be so cute.
I think if you
That
do
shit don't
those
work.
things, you could definitely compete better with the Bills. Outside of quarterback, they have a more talented roster outside of quarterback and offensive line.
Yeah,
Outside of quarterback, offensive line, and linebackers, Miami has a more talented roster than Buffalo. It's just Buffalo has a culture. They know who they are. They know what they're going to do.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Patriots.
They're a year away from.
Everything.
They're a year away from being a year away.
I do got a theory
Yeah.
though. I think they have a problem that a lot of teams wish they had. They have two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They have two
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Drake Mays and Milton.
Yeah, because that Joe Milton, Vasco, I don't know if you watched that last game.
Came
If
out.
I'm a team, especially in this offseason where you're not sure about this draft, if I can talk to the Patriots and try to get Joe Milton for a third, I do
For
it.
sure.
You're right. I'm gonna have to watch that game because it had to be a pretty impressive
No,
game
it
for
was.
me to pull
He
it.
was
It
carving.
was.
He
He
was
was
carving
carving
them.
them
He
up.
was carving Buffalo up.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
It was
was.
nice.
It was at times he had some Cam Newton-ish moments of improvisation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
Yeah,
He ain't bullshit. It
like
was nice.
that game, I sit there and said, "Oh, they have a Washington situation where you got a RG3, but you got a Kirk Cousin right behind him."
Yeah.
I'm like,
But I
okay,
mean that team's doomed in either way.
yeah,
There's not enough talent on
Yeah, they
any
need a lot of
yeah,
help.
yeah, they need.
oh yeah. Talent. Allow Vrabel to set his culture. If your Patriots draft best player event, do not. Well, oh wait, there is this debate though, because people are thinking this is going to happen in the draft. So the Patriots might be like the Bengals was when they had to decide between Jamar Chase and Penei Sewell. So the debate between the Patriot fans are having in their forums from what I've been reading, Travis Hunter or Campbell from LSU.
You
Do we
gotta
shore
take
up the offensive lineman for to protect Drake May, to protect our investment, or do we just pick best player available with Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter?
That's a hell of an argument. That's a hell of an argument.
Because and another thing, they view Travis Hunter as a receiver, not a corner. Watch
Yeah,
him move.
if they do that, then I wouldn't get him. I mean, in my
No,
mind,
And
he's a
they
corner.
view him as the best receiver in the draft.
I wouldn't get him. I need him
so
at corner.
for this one particular instance, I would probably do Travis Hunter
Hmm.
because we've seen like I
Well,
believe the O line is serviceable enough. That's the one thing that they are quality players in. I think they could get away with it. I don't think they could survive not having no weapons.
yeah,
That's fair. I just don't see him as a receiver. Like if I draft him, I want him
I think
playing
they might
corner.
run him both ways.
Yeah, and I think the Patriots are
We can't do that.
not above putting them both positions. Maybe not as much as he was at Colorado,
Situational.
Yeah, of
obviously.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
still
situational. I could see that, but if you run
I
them both
still would get Chris
positions, that's
Godwin
gonna
in free agency, or try to
yeah,
bring a veteran too. That way,
Yeah,
if he's going both ways, he does not need to be the number one.
the number
yeah,
one. Kind of just put them in,
He could be the
little
explosive number two.
packages. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I just see him as a corner. I mean, I think as a corner, he's so polished. It's like you just put him in small learning
as a
curve.
corner, he's generation. I think he's a generational corner
Oh yeah.
because his ball skills, as
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
his ball skills plus his ability in zone,
Mm-hmm.
like the way he played cover two, like
Yeah.
his film. When you look at him playing cover two, most of his picks were how he played the flat. Like there was the pick against UCLA where he somehow played the running back, and basically the running back ran off into the flat, and then the slot ran a hitch. He
yeah,
played both. He played the running back and then undercut the hitch.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah, he nice.
And then there was a play in cover two again. It was a smash concept. Outside receiver ran the 5-yard hitch. Slot receiver ran the 15-yard post out breaking route. And he played the hitch and then undercut
yeah.
has
Yeah,
First
he
of all,
nice.
having the athleticism to do that is one thing, but then having
Right.
the ball skills to come because that was a low ball
yeah.
on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You was
And he
intentionally trying to throw it.
swagged it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like to me, corner ain't you gotta be corner. Like I think when he
Yeah.
instantly gets in the league, he's probably gonna be the best ball skill corner. And that's
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a person like to overhype rookies, but as far as if the ball's in the air, if it's a 50-50 ball with Travis Hunter, it ain't 50-50.
Yeah, it ain't
yeah,
50-50.
exactly.
And you can tell he just watched his film. Like you can tell he's dedicated.
He
Like
love football.
he
And
love football.
I would say if I'm able to, people talk about Deion Sanders all I want to. He is the greatest corner to ever live. If I'm gonna get a corner from the greatest corner, he gonna play corner.
Yeah, I'm picking him. Yeah, he can play corner.
Play corner.
Yeah, know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Personally, I would prefer him to play corner too, but the money's telling you he might be a receiver.
That's fair.
I give him a package. Like I would tell him, I would have to have him on a snap count limit on offense, maybe
Give him 20 touches.
Yeah, 20
plays.
20 snaps. We're gonna try to get you 4 to 5 touches.
Yeah.
If we start to see you getting a little too nicked up on offense, we want to dial that back.
Yeah.
For the long-term health of you, because you're gonna be too important for the team.
Exactly.
And let him return kicks too. I mean, let him do that. Get him some touches.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. Them people on kick return, them to get out the mud. People, they gonna try to make.
Well, not anymore. It's
well,
not
maybe punt return.
Kick returning isn't as bad as it used to be.
Yeah. I think the Patriots, you have the most money in free agency. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, I don't know if y'all saw this. Kansas City, they bought back the guard, Trey Smith. T. Higgins has gotten franchised.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots are going to have to settle for somebody like Chris Godwin or Amari Cooper.
Which I think Amari fits their kind of model.
Yeah, quiet. Godwin's kind of good, but he's coming off an injury too.
Yeah. Godwin's coming off an injury.
Yeah. I think if you could get you Amari Cooper, Ramondre Stevenson is an underrated back too. Like he's very much an underrated back. Like he does a lot, for the offensive lineman not to be as great up there, he gets the most out of it, like all the time. So I would say the Patriots, like you said, a year away. This is just a rebuild year. What you want to see next year is just progress from Drake May. So let's get him some weapons for him to be able to show that progress.
Yeah, Drake May or whoever, because if Milton's lighting it up in training camp, don't like your draft with Vrabel in especially your draft status doesn't mean nothing to him. It's just a number.
That's why if I'm the GM, I'm gonna take that situation. We ain't even about to do that. we ain't even about to go through no QB controversy, especially when I feel confident about my QB. If I had questions like Anthony Richardson, I'd sit back. I'd be like this.
We're
gonna let this situation ride out. I think for sure though, if you're the Patriots, honestly, if I'm a Patriot fan, if we get 5 to 6 wins next year, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
Yeah, as long as we get 5 to 6 wins, and my quarterback shows flashes.
Right.
Buffalo Bills.
You gotta look at running backs at least.
I think so, yeah, especially if you're not going to bring in James Cook or bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's keep the continuity of the team in check by getting a running back, but I think you're this close. The Chiefs are reeling. I think it's time to put your chips all in one more time.
Oh, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I'm thinking Myles Garrett. Get that defense secured and locked down because this is a really good defense, despite all the losses they had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good defense. Josh Allen's going to do his thing on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
You're not losing no weapons really outside of Amari.
But you drafted Coleman to replace him anyway.
Yeah. So I'm thinking go for the home run, get you Myles Garrett, and see where you go.
Yeah, let go
see
of
where
Von
you
Miller.
land. Yeah, because they should be, if not this year, I know next year. Von Miller's guarantees dry up.
Yeah. It's a team where they got their identity. They know who they are. It's just their kryptonite is one team. And that whole conference is kryptonite is one team at this point. But the Eagles showed you the blueprint. Get that D-line and get after Mahomes and don't let up.
Yeah.
And if you're Josh Allen, I do think if I'm Josh Allen this whole offseason, I am studying Spags. I am looking at I will pull a Peyton Manning if I'm Josh Allen. I am looking at every type of blitz he sent. If I'm Josh Allen, he will never do that to me again. He will never surprise me like that again. And I think if I'm talking to Joe Brady, if I'm Josh Allen, maybe incorporate a little bit more motion so we can see what Spags is doing. Or
see what they're doing.
Because Buffalo don't really run a lot of motion.
No. They're an old school traditional type offense, which surprises me because Brady, back when he was with LSU, we used to do all that motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that's something. But I think Myles Garrett, I do think they can use a receiver, but I wouldn't overpay. Maybe try to go through the draft, keep gilding ancillary pieces, like people that can fill roles. Obviously with Shakir getting his contract, he's about to get his touches. If I was looking from a fantasy output, I think Shakir's probably gonna get maybe 1,000, 1,100 yards. And I think another thing I look for if I was a Bills fan, Kincaid, I think he has to break out.
Yeah, because they have like two tight ends. Like you kind of got to pick.
Yeah, they got Knox, Kincaid, and you drafted Kincaid in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's his third year. So yeah, it's time to start seeing that return. But I think your Buffalo, you're favored to win this division. I wouldn't go against you. Anybody if I'm betting my money on Vegas, I'm putting on Buffalo to win the division until these other teams shore up their issues. I think the closest one is Miami, but changing the
I don't even
culture.
think Miami's. I don't think they're that close anymore. Like I think the Jets are done. Miami's gone. Like I thought, if Buffalo was gonna lose this division, it had to been last year.
With Aaron Rodgers emerging.
Right.
Well, not even with Aaron Rodgers. That Buffalo team will never be as weak as it is right now. Well, last season.
Yeah.
Like they intentionally shuffled the deck, and even though I did say that Diggs is addition by subtraction, simply because now Allen can look at the whole field instead of, okay, Diggs needs 10 touches.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like what that Madden meme said, by the end of the season, I need 140 touches.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think any team close to the Bills is about 3 games out. I mean, it's just not a good division. I mean, Bills are light years ahead.
Yeah, the Bills are like the Patriots used to be this division.
Exactly. Sad to say, but it is the truth.
Yeah. But that's everything from us, y'all. We were talking about a little bit of football, a little bit of, NBA. We're gonna see y'all again next week. We'll holler at y'all.
Peace it up.
Peace.